Americans are running out of money. According to the Federal Reserve, America's savings rate just hit a fresh low, while credit card balances hit a record high at 25% interest. In short, the median American is currently scrounging for coins in the couch cushions and putting the hamburger helper on the Visa. So according to the Bureau of Economic Analysis, the nation's personal savings rate just hit 2.9%, so that's 2.9 cents on the dollar. That's the second worst in 75 years. What's driving it is that, according to a new analysis, inflation-adjusted real median household income, in other words, how much the 50th percentile of households make, actually has dropped since 2019. In other words, in terms of how it feels to American households, we have been in recession for 5 years. Hence the savings, hence the debt, hence the poll numbers. Note, that's even taking government inflation numbers at face value. If, as many suspect, the official numbers are lying, it means we're quite a bit poorer than 5 years ago. Last time that happened was the 2008 crisis. Of course, we're allegedly not in the middle of a once-in-a-century financial crisis. This is the Biden-Harris miracle if you watch TV. So if things cost more and you're not making more, the last man standing is dump the piggy back, one last quick check on the couch cushions, and it's credit cards as far as the eye can see. So what's driving the weak incomes? Three things: slow job growth, meaning wages are not keeping up, the inflation itself, and the Fed's rate hikes that have given us those 25% credit cards and 7.5% mortgages on $500,000 starter homes. In raw numbers, according to the Federal Reserve, consumer debt is up an annualized $300 billion, hitting a record $5.1 trillion in just consumer debt. There's another $12 trillion in mortgage and other debt. A big chunk of that is credit cards, which just hit a record $1.140 trillion, while the average APR on credit cards, according to LendingTree, just hit 24.92%. Yes, even cheaper than the mafia. Keep in mind, if credit cards charge 25% interest, that $1.1 trillion means close to $250 billion in annual credit card interest alone flowing out from America's families. A recent ABC story walked through how you get to $1.1 trillion, how people fall into the credit card hole, profiling a father who was managing to cover rent and food, but when he needed to replace the washer and dryer, he fell behind, soon ballooning to $12,000 in credit card debt at 25%. Now, the fun keeps going. I've mentioned recently how car repossessions are rising because millions of Americans were forced to buy expensive cars during the pandemic, since supply chain shortages meant they were only making the expensive ones. Now, repossessions are up 23% year on year. Yes, it is a good time to be a repo man, and keep in mind, we have not even hit the meat of the recession yet. So what's next? Brought to you by Unchained.com. The American consumer is floating on drained savings, credit card debt, and government money. And even with all that, incomes are still falling. None of it's sustainable. We learned that in 2008. But it's a lot easier for Washington to kick the can to let the American people mortgage their future than it is to take the federal boot off the neck of the economy, of the job creators, entrepreneurs, small businesses, manufacturers. Economist Herb Stein famously said, "Whatever cannot go on forever will stop," and the music is running out. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.